Welcome back. As we reach the end of another term for the U.S. Supreme Court, another big decision is expected today, with the court set to rule on presidential immunity in just over an hour.
For more, let's welcome in former New Jersey Superior Court judge and host of the Judging Freedom podcast, Judge Andrew Napolitano is with us. Judge, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, guys. A pleasure to be with you, my friends.
Judge, good to have you on. I want to get to the Trump immunity stuff, but I just a question about after this debate Thursday night, this 90-minute debacle for our incumbent commander-in-chief. I'm wondering if we are now, 11 days away from sentencing day for Donald Trump in Lower Manhattan. Based on Joe Biden's bad performance and the bump that Trump will inevitably get in the polls after that debate, do you think this has any impact on what Judge Juan Merchan does in Lower Manhattan? Because now they've got to get Trump, Judge. They've got to get him now.
I certainly hope not, but I will tell you that I keep hearing rumblings of fear on the part of Republicans who hope that Justice Merchan will be the instrument by which Trump is kept off the campaign trail in light of President Biden's awful performance on Thursday night, but that would violate canons of judicial ethics and would violate New York state law, because events outside the courtroom are not to be taken into account when sentencing. Sentencing is largely mechanical. There is some subjective judgment, but it's largely mechanical. You are checking boxes for aggravating factors and mitigating factors, and the initial boxes you check are: does the defendant have a prior criminal record? No. Is the defendant a danger to society? No. How badly did the defendant harm any victims? Answer: there were no victims in this case. So every indication is a non-custodial sentence, and there is no place for politics in this whatsoever.
Well, you hope there's no place for politics, but we'll have to see what happens.
I hope there's no place. Yeah. You're right, Allison. I hope there's no place for politics.
We all hope so. Judge, I want to talk about...
the law says there's no place for politics.
Exactly. Judge, I want to talk about the Supreme Court ruling that's expected to come down today on Trump's immunity. What are you expecting to hear?
I think the court is going to be very Solomonic and cut the baby in half and say, if whatever the president does as president, in this case Donald Trump on January 6th, was in pursuit of the power given to him under the Constitution, he is immune from criminal prosecution. But if whatever the president does is in pursuit of some further interest and is outside the powers of the presidency and has a criminal context, he is not immune. Now, how do you decide that? Only a jury can decide. So I think, just my guess, obviously I haven't seen the opinion, we'll all see it in 90 minutes, that they're going to send it back to the trial court and instruct the trial court to instruct the jury to decide what was personal and what was presidential.
Okay, just quickly,
they can't say there's no immunity whatsoever, because presidents would be afraid of their own shadow. And they can't say he's immune from everything, because then he wouldn't be a president, he'd be a prince. There has to be some middle ground that accommodates the rule of law and the need of the American public for a strong president.
Okay.
All right, Judge Andrew Napolitano, great to have you. Thank you so much, sir.
Good to see you, Judge.